Okay guys, today I'm going to show you how to do triggers. Okay, that's a little feature of PowerPoint which allows you to have the image or any object that's in your PowerPoint presentation cause an action when you click on it. All right. Now, one of the things I want you guys to do is, and I have to do a little playing around with this to make this work. We're going to put in a call out. Now, call outs are down here under Auto Shapes, and I'm going to drag down to where it says call outs, and I'm going to put in this little guy right here. All right, and after clicking on it, hopefully I can draw it. Yep, there we go. Drew it. All right, and I'm going to put this as the space house. Now you're going to see that I actually named all of these guys before. That's the beauty of downloading things off of Google, which again, Google Images, is that I was able to name things when I downloaded them. Clipart doesn't allow you to do that. The other thing I'd like you to notice is you can manipulate these little call out tabs so that they show up wherever you want it to be. All right, so I have this call out box, which is going to show when you click on this picture, I want this to appear. And then I don't want to have to go around clicking on things to make them disappear. I want it just to fade away after an appropriate amount of time. So the way I'm going to do that is I'm going to click on this and I'm going to go custom animation. All right, and I'm going to add an effect. And the effect I'm going to add is I want it to entrance. And I'm going to have it fade in because I like fading in. Okay? Now, what I also want to do with this guy is, and I do notice it works better, well, I'm going to just show you what we're going to do. Now, the other thing I want to do is I want to add another custom effect. I'm going to right click and I'm going to add, you notice that I deselected it, then I went back, selected it, right click, custom animation. So now I'm going to add a second effect, and the second effect is going to be the exit, which is going to fade out. All right, and that shows you what it does. Now, you notice over here you have the green guy and the red guy. All right, and they both fade in and fade out based on mouse clicks. If I were to actually show this, and you're not going to be able to see the whole screen, but hopefully you'll be able to see enough. I'm going to demonstrate this, and when I click, it fades in, and then when I click again, it fades out. No, unfortunately, I'm very, 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 very lazy, and I don't want to have to click twice when I can click once. So what I'm going to do is I actually want this to click only when I click on, fade in, only when I click on the actual spaceship house. So I'm going to go over here, all right, over on the sidebar where the custom animations are, and I'm going to click on the little mouse button, okay, next to where it says, you know, the green star, which means entrance. And what I am going to do is I want to set up a trigger. That is under the timing tab. And if I click on the button that says trigger, I don't want to animate a sequence. I want to start the effect on click of, and you notice that it gives you all the different objects that are here. The object that I want to use is a spaceship house. Now you guys have a little bit of a problem because you use clip art and it has all these weird names that don't make any sense. All right? So what's going to happen now when I demonstrate the slide, you will notice something very, very weird. It's there already, and when I click on it, it fades in. Now the reason it's there already is I actually have two instances of this. One is the fade in and one's the fade out. The fade out has to occur after the fade in. You notice that the red star is now first. I have to click on that and I have to drag it down like that. Okay? Now, the other thing I want to do, and you're going to notice something very, very interesting. I'm going to demonstrate it again. Click. Nothing happens. Now, you may notice it doesn't, whoops, escape. Doesn't matter where I click on this, okay? Nothing happens. But when I click on the house, first it fades in, and then what you're going to see is when I click again, it fades away. Well, I don't want to have to do that, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to put a trigger on this. I'm going to click over here. Timing, and what I want to do is I want it, instead of it I have it to click again, I want it to happen after the previous, and then I'm going to have it delay for about 4 seconds. Even a slow reader should be able to get it done in 4 seconds. Alright, so let's demonstrate the slide again. Boom, I click on this picture, boom, it fades in. 1 potato, 2 potato, 3 potato, 4 potato, boom, begins to fade away. So there you go. Alright, now, there's one other problem that you guys have is your clip art has all these weird names. There's a couple of ways you can do this. You could create just a square, make that square completely transparent. So I go to Format, auto shape, make the color no fill and the line no line, say OK. And then I can link to this thing instead. I could, if I wanted to, under timing, where it says trigger, I could link it to the rectangle, which is rectangle 5, I guess. Okay. And that would allow me that when I click on, instead of clicking on the pictures, I'm actually clicking on the rectangle that's in front of the picture. Okay. That's a way of doing it, and that's the way I showed you guys how to do this the other day in class. Okay. But what I'm going to suggest instead, because I really don't like that method, okay, actually I better double click on this, make sure I got the timing right. Yeah, it's still on the spaceship house. What I'm going to suggest you do instead is I actually think there's a different kind of call out you can use, and I have to close this so you can see it, called the action button. And there's all sorts of different ones. So I'm going to click on the forward or next action button, and I'm going to draw this guy right here. And I'm just going to close that. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to change the entrance call out to the action button forward or next. All right. And again, every time I change a trigger, it reorders things. So I have to go back over here in the corner. I have to drag the exit thing after the entrance thing. And that, you know, sometimes it's kind of hard to get it to do what you want. There we go. And then I have to click on this again and make sure the timing's the way I want it. I want it to go 2 seconds, 4 seconds after previous. So when I go back and I show the thing, when I click on this action button, it fades in, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, and then it fades away. Okay, and that's all you need to know about triggers. Things are good. All right, well, we are going to move on, and I'm going to let you guys get this project done.